Okay, so the goat meat has been seasoned. I season it, I let it rest for about 15 minutes with the seasoning. All the seasoning that I showed previously. I'm using the pumpkin and the taro, as they call it in Spanish. We call it dashing in Creole. This is that is just soaking in a little bit of water for now. So I got the beets, the onions, half of the pepper right here. I got the garlic, the ginger. I got celery in there, and I have half of that amount is standing by. This is going to be going in last after everything has been cooked properly. This will go in. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to saute. I'm going to put some oil in the pot, and I'm going to saute the. I'm going to saute the goat meat. Let me let that get some heat. So to saute the goat meat, I'm going to put in all these ingredients first. All the veggies is what I'm going to put first. Now I already have kettle of hot water on standby because I'm going to need hot water. You don't use cold water in your while you're cooking, because it's going to bring down the temperature of your food again, and then the temperature has to rise again. So it's always good to have hot water on standby. I'm going to saute all of that. As you can see, the carrot, the celery, you got the pepper, half long pepper. I just cut it in half just for flavor. You got the celery in here, the beets, onions, garlic. Alright. And I'm going to saute that. Unfortunately, you guys can't take the smell of this bad boy, but it smells really good. I must have missed myself. Now, this is an experiment. This is not any ingredients that I have done before. This is the first time I'm doing this. So I don't know what it's going to taste like, what it's going to come out. The way that I cook, I just cook by trying stuff. I never cook the same thing in the same way twice in terms of measuring ingredients, and I don't measure. All my measures by sight and by taste. Right? I know some people want to, how many cups, how many ounces did you use? No, I don't do that. I just do it by sight and by taste. So this has all the ingredients that I mentioned before, the goat meat, you know. I got some whole black pepper, which I'm going to put in afterwards. But I already dished up some black pepper in there. Each of the ingredients is in there is trying to overpower each other. So the scent of each of them trying to overpower each other is just coming out. And when they mix up together, it's like an explosion of scent and flavor coming out, because they're fighting each other. Now, each of them are very powerful ingredients, powerful. You can see how red this boy is. He wants to take over the color. The carrot doesn't want it to take over. You got the garlic, which, you know, I just mashed the garlic. I didn't cut it into pieces. I just smashed it. I use about 6 of them. So each of them are trying to come out with their own and trying to say what they have. I need to be part of this thing, you know. And I'm saying, yeah, be part of it. Just bring your flavor out. That's what I need. I need your flavor to come out. And that's what they're doing, you know. So I'm coming up. I'm gonna put a little salt. A little salt in there to help them even some more to bring out the flavor, you know. We're going to bring out the flavor even more right now. Keep stirring for about 5 minutes, okay. Then we grab the main boil in here. Just want to keep it here and get all the flavors going here. It's about 5 minutes, yeah, give or take. Depends on how you feel. It's up to you. It's your food. You're gonna eat it. So I'm gonna do this one for 5 minutes since I've never done it before. The soy sauce is in there. It's gonna help to get up more flavor again. You know. Because I washed the goat meat with some lime, the smell of the goat meat is not as potent as it normally would be, like the gamey smell that you normally get. The lime helps to reduce that gamey smell, but you can still stick the smell. You know, it's still there, but not as potent as it normally would have been had I not given it out. And if it's a male goat, the smell is going to be a little stronger. It's going to be more gamey than if it's a female goat, especially if it's a male goat and they have not castrated that goat. If they didn't remove that testicle before and let that thing heal and cure, you're going to take the more stronger smell. So you would know if it's a male or female by the smell. Strong, powerful, powerful, powerful. I'm the only one holding the camera, so it's difficult for me to stay. So I'm gonna raise the camera a little bit while I speak. Get some better steering there. I'm going to cover this for a little bit. I'll cover it for about a good 2 to 3 minutes. Just to keep the steam, allow the steam to go back down, let the steam go down, back into the meat. And then once that is done, I'm going to get this in here. I'm going to get the pumpkin and the taro, or as we call it in the Caribbean, dashing. I'm going to get that in there. I wash it off, but I see something that I don't like on it. I'm going to have to take it off. Let me see. I saw something. Is it this one? Yeah, I see some right here. There's another one. I don't like this. I'm not gonna cook it because I see it. Well, if I didn't see it, that's different. But I can see it. I'm gonna take it out right now. That I can see it, I'll take it out. Don't try this at home though. Don't do that like this at home. Make sure you use one. Make sure you use your hand properly. All right. Oh, you see the steam coming up? Oh, now you can see that steam because I covered it, so now you have that steam coming up. Good boy, good stuff. I'm going to give it a stir. Give it some nice stir here. perfect. And now I'm going to put this bad boy in there. Put it on top because the meat is much harder than this thing is. You leave that directly on top, not going to do anything, not going to stay or anything. You're going to leave it on top of it, right? Like a layer. And then I'm going to put the hot water. Remember this still has to go in, but this is last. This is after everything has been cooked properly, and then you just put that to the heat. So this will go last. The heat will do the cooking on this one. After that is, that is cooked. I turn that off and then pour these ingredients in there with the heat. So you still get the crunch of the carrot, you still get the crunch of the beets, you still get the crunch of the onions if you like that, the crunch of the parsley, right? You'll still get all of that. So I'm just reheating the water again because I want it to be at the maximum temperature when I put it in there. Well, there you go. So now I'm gonna put that water in here. I'm gonna put the water all the way up, just underneath. Yep, just underneath the food, just underneath, just directly underneath, not to cover everything, just right about there. So that's why I'm going to leave the water for now. I'll leave it right there. I'm going to cover it up. And then let it do its thing. I'm going to leave it on high. I'm going to leave it on high for at least the next maybe 20, 30 minutes. About 30 minutes I would say. I'll leave it on high. Let that water simmer all the way down. Then I'll bring back some more hot water, put in there. Let that second work for about half an hour again. Let it simmer down, and after that half an hour, that will be about an hour. And then an hour 15 minutes, then I'll put this in there. An hour 15 minutes, hour and a half. So it's gonna take its time. There's no rush, right? So I'll see you guys back when I'm gonna go back and stir it. I'll bring you guys back on. Thanks, guys.